Good afternoon, good evening, and happy International Dance Day. Welcome to the weekly BioEnergetic Wellness Encouragement Facebook Live. My name is Dana Luebke, and I'm getting messages on my computer here that I don't know what they mean, but it says we're live, and I'm so happy to be talking to you today. My name is Dana Luebke, and I've been dancing since I was 10 years old. And let me tell you, if I had had the bioenergetic wellness tools that I have now, my dance career would have been different. It would certainly have been easier. I hope there's some dancers out there listening. I know how hard we all work. We really are very disciplined. We put in a lot of effort, but oftentimes that effort is not giving us the results we want. And we oftentimes encounter blocks or we struggle much more than we need to. So I'd like to talk about how bioenergetic wellness can really help a dancer to enjoy their career, to improve their skills. And this goes for training, it goes for creative work, for choreography, it goes for rehearsals, and it goes for performances. In fact, after the very first brain gym course that I took, I immediately noticed the difference in my dancing and in my performances because I had a performance 3 days after the first course I took ended. So, one of the things that bioenergetic wellness offers is we combine awareness, clear intention, and movement. So, all dancers, of course, work with movement. But I know in my own dance training, the clarity of my own intention was not as complete or effective as it could have been. And also, my awareness, my self-awareness of my whole brain-body system was also not as complete as it could have been. And sometimes my body created obstacles to me doing what I was asked to do or what I wanted to do, what I saw that I was doing. So, to give you an example, because it's all great to talk about this, let's just do a little noticing exercise. So, various bioenergetic wellness practitioners may use different words. Some will use the word awareness, consciousness, noticing, observation. When I'm teaching artists, I talk a lot about observation is our first tool as an artist. And the better you are at observing, the more skilled you're going to be as an artist, meaning any kind of person working in the arts, dancer, actor, musician, painter, sculptor. So we're going to start out with some basic body awareness. I do this with people of all ages. So I call this spaghetti. So I want you to all imagine that you are spaghetti right out of the box. Okay, so turn your whole body, your muscles into spaghetti. And just really feel that hard, stiff, unbendable spaghetti. Okay? And notice if you're breathing, notice how that body tension feels. Notice if it's going to be easy to move. What happens to spaghetti when you try to bend it? Well, we dancers bend ourselves a lot, yeah. So I don't know about you, but I find that I wasn't really breathing except in order to talk, but I certainly wasn't breathing deeply with my whole capacity. And so also I noticed that I wasn't really in a state where I really felt like moving. So that doesn't seem to be a very good state. Too much tension in our muscles. Too much is just as bad as too little. So let's try the other end of the scale. Imagine that mom put on a big pot of water, put the spaghetti into it, and her best friend called her up on the phone. And an hour later, she comes to her pot of boiling spaghetti. And what does she find? It's a pile of glue in the bottom, so make your bodies into just a pot of uncooked spaghetti. Okay, so notice again. Are you breathing? What is your breathing like? You probably are breathing, but is it full and deep? Does it give you energy to move? Do you feel like you're ready to move? Could you do your favorite dance in that kind of state? I don't think so. Your muscles aren't really available to you. But Italians know the perfectly cooked spaghetti. We call it al dente. It means to the tooth. It means it has enough texture that you have to chew it. So it is chewy, springy. So what happens if your muscles were chewy and springy, lively, full of energy, but cooked spaghetti is still very flexible. It can move and bend all over the place, and sometimes it actually jumps off the plate. And now, are you breathing? What is that breathing like? Is it more deep and full? Do you feel ready to move? Do you feel ready to learn something? Okay, so there we go. Now, uh, bioenergetic wellness, in my mind, you can kind of break it down into there are many different kinds, but some of them are more an educational model, and we learn the skills and do them. And some of them are more a therapeutic model where you might feel you need assistance. You just can't figure something out. And bioenergetic wellness practitioners have a lot of tools, and they may be able to assist you into overcoming whatever the problem is you're dealing with. Say you have trouble lifting your leg and holding it up in the air. So a dance teacher might say, look, you got to strengthen those quads. You got to get stronger muscles. But it may not just be the strength of those muscles, because in order for that to work smoothly and easily, you have to have really efficient connection between the brain and the body. That neuromuscular coordination needs to be well organized. So we need a well organized body-brain connection system, and it needs to be efficient. Otherwise, we're doing extra work. That extra work takes energy that we can't use for dancing. So the problem may not be just the strength of the muscles in the body. And there are so many different aspects that could be part of that. It could be that there is a chemical imbalance. It could be that there's something energetic. It could be that there is a trauma that's held in the muscles from some emotional trauma. Could be part of that. And bioenergetic wellness practitioners look at the whole system, the whole human system. Physical, emotional, energetic, um, uh, neurological, chemical, all those things are part of the whole system and can be part of the effect. Another thing we do in bioenergetic wellness is we work with intention, clear intention. We often may talk about forming a goal, and I've discovered that this is such a boon to a dancer. I use it every single time I rehearse some movement. So it has meant that my rehearsing is so much more efficient. The brain basically can work on one thing at a time. So I set a goal. My first goal is to maybe remember the various movements in sequence. And then if I'm struggling with that, I use bioenergetic wellness tools, maybe some acupressure points to help focus the energy in the body, to help make sure that both hemispheres of my brain are working and I can move those movement coordination patterns from short-term memory to long-term memory. Um, and so I start with always bringing myself to a position of balance, of centering. I create the intention. I rehearse the movements. I stop, I pause, and notice. Once again, bringing that awareness. Was there a point of tension that was getting in the way? Was there a point where I didn't know the transition? Was it a matter of me not being clear about the spatial arrangements of my movement? Okay, so my next goal is going to be awareness of the spatial relationship of all the movement I'm doing. And so I do it just for the spatial relationships. But because I've already programmed in the sequence, I'm building one on a time. This is very difficult to do in 11 minutes. But you can see how clear intention can make rehearsal so much more effective and efficient. And Then, I wanted to talk also a little bit about performance because oftentimes um, dancers struggle with anxiety around performance. And this is something that bioenergetic wellness is very effective with dealing with as well, because we have many tools to calm and center the nervous system of the body. Once again, bringing it into balance, being grounded and centered. So actually, in many forms of bioenergetic wellness, an actual session would be called a balance. We use that word again. Dr. Dennison, who founded Brain Gym, said movement is the door to learning. And literally, movement is the door to learning because when we are 8 weeks in utero, our balance system in our body is already, the little bones in the ear are already fully formed. So balance is our first actual sensory system to organize in the body. That, along with tactile and proprioceptive, develop soon after that. So I know that my time is supposed to be over. I just hope that you will go to the Can Be Well website and see all the different classes that are offered and all the practitioners that can help you. I remember one time when I was at a course with Dr. Dennison on total core repatterning. We were repatterning the balance of all the muscles in the body, learning how to do that. And one of the students in the class was a little bit more new to Brain Gym, and I remember I was helping her with this balancing process, and she started to quiver in her body. Her muscles just quivered, and then they let go, and she said, with tears running down her eyes, "I didn't know it could be so easy." And that ease is the gift that I hope dancers will make available to themselves as we use these tools, these techniques to help our body be more efficiently organized, and then we can really enjoy the dancing without putting unnecessary effort and strain into it. Saves on injuries a lot. So I hope you enjoy International Dance Day. I hope you all dance some way, somewhere today. And there'll be another encouragement next Thursday. Take care. Bye-bye.